with Patience winning the previous one. The second map, as we said before, is going to be Polar Night. Now, this map, we have seen Patience play on this map before, where he faked the third base and instead just went for an Immortal Colossus all-in off of 2 bases. Spawning in the bottom, we have Tefel, the green Zerg player. You know, I just gotta say, on a different map versus Patience, who is spawning on here on the top side of the map. Consider the situation we saw just now on Belshir. Had that been a different map, I don't think that push would have worked as well as it did, because Belshir's terrain layout just makes force field so powerful during these pushes. Imagine Patience trying to do the same thing on this map. I don't think it would work quite the same way.
Yeah, it'd be completely different. So I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what actually does happen. I mean, I'm not surprised at all to see the gateway coming down in the top side of the map for Patience, the Red Protoss player, because he's done this every PvZ.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, the gas starts to come down. You know, just very standard stuff. Nothing we wouldn't really not expect. And you know, Tefel's just going to open with a pool first, as Tefel does. He always opens with this pool first. No surprise at all. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Tefel always playing safe, and this is, you know, if you make a comparison, for example, to another player, Cass. Cass is you know, he's a guy well known for massing ladder games and attending a lot of online tournaments. But the past year, I think he attended some of offline tournaments. He was not doing as well as people expected, and that's because he is predictable. And the same could be said of Tefel, who, you know, having to play such a high amount of ladder games and having to compete in so many online tournaments, just tends to play very safe, very by the book. And this makes you a little bit predictable. In a best-of-5 series, you can't afford to be predictable.
No, definitely not. And Tefel starts up like Gas. He's going to stick with this same style, which I like. You know, it's just the standard response. It's not really a style, it's just a response, it's just an opening. So sticking with the same opening here, which is basically one of the only openings against KRX fans. Again, you can take that fast third base, gasless, but then you really do open yourself to some sort of timings. So again, Patience just throwing down that Nexus.
Now we see a double gas opening this time around for Patience, and he is currently boosting out that Mothership core. But he's not getting a Stalker.
I think he'll get a Sentry here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there we go. So Sentry on the way out, and you know, just going to be able to.
This is already a little bit defensive. He is he's not going to be pushing with the Mothership core and Gateway units. He's going to be playing very defensively. I wouldn't be surprised if I see some sort of tech going down, or another option to which this transitions into really nicely, since by building sentries you save up a lot of minerals, is just adding on additional gateways. But no, it's going to be a Stargate. So a very similar opening to the previous game.
Yeah, I think this is actually what he did in against Bly on this map, now that I think back. The Mothership core at the front, the Sentry on the way out, and then first on Stargate, what he did was he continued to build Phoenix, right? He didn't ever stop building Phoenix.
Yeah,
so
he built like 8 or some ridiculous number of Phoenixes.
He was above 8, yeah, so I'm intrigued to see what he does this time, whether that was a response specifically to Bly, or whether that's something he just does on this map, and whether there was something more to be seen there that we didn't quite get to see against Bly. Though that being said, it was a very standard just Phoenix 2 Immortal 2 Colossus push, I suppose, so use the Phoenix to lift units up. So let's see what he wants to do. I mean, it is going to be the Phoenix opening. He's not going to go into an Oracle, and so we'll see what happens.
Definitely. He might do the same build, as we said. That Zod Phoenix attack was just so powerful. But look at the Tefel. This is probably the part of his play that I like the most. He always opens up with link speed, and when the link speed is like 60% or 75% done, his next larva pops by then, and he just slams everything into lings, so that he gets like 20 to 30 lings out on the field just as the speed finishes, and he can start putting on some aggression towards his opponent. Considering there is not a full wall off here, this could be good. Also, what these speedlings do give Tefel is relative safety versus gateway pushes. He can find pylons really quickly, kill probes, deny other pylons from going up. Is there a crack in the wall? No, there is not, unfortunately.
It's so doable. Patience knows what's up. He knows how to defend this, and his gateway is gonna die.
But those lings are not going to get inside. The force fields do come down, and Zod Warping chases this away, but he did get one gateway for his troubles. Now, with the Phoenixes out, let us see, where are you, Phoenixes? They are already killing the Overlords, and they're going to be going hunting for some drones. Lair on the way, and almost done for Tefel, however. And let's see if he puts down that Hydro Disc then very quickly here.
These two queens are going to start forcing these Phoenixes away, trying to protect their the Overlords. A few drones will go down as well if he wants to start picking these off too. So, I mean, Patience is doing a nice job with these Phoenixes for now. He hasn't. He's actually invested in +1 air attack.
Yeah.
So
this is very interesting.
Really interesting, and but he's still building Phoenixes. So I only have to assume that he's going to go into. Well, I mean, his Robo is so late, so surely he can't do what he did last time with the Colossus push. Surely not.
I don't think so, but you know, getting +1 air on the Phoenixes, that I mean, it might have been a misclick. It might be deliberate. We shall have to wait and see. Why would you click on your
Cybernetics core though? Like, that's the only reason I'm thinking it can't be a misclick. Because how do you click on your Cybernetics core accidentally? Like,
unless you have it hotkeyed, you don't.
Yeah, it's just such a weird thing to have hotkeyed to be clicking on like at any point in the game. So
good transfuses from Tefel, saving those Overlords. Does lose one queen because of that, wasting that transfusion on the Overlord instead of on the Queen. But the Hydras are coming out and they will push these Phoenixes back. So Tefel is going to have his larva production lowered a little bit.
Still more Phoenixes on the way out here, so I wonder if we are going to see this Robo Bay come down in a moment and just a push with 2 Immortals, 2 Colossi, just like last time. He is at the third base again, looking as though he might be starting to fake that. There's that Robo bit. Oh no, this is exactly what he did against Bly.
Yeah, and you know what? This actually works very well for a couple of reasons. I mean, this is practically the 2 Immortal, 2 Colossus push that is usually being done off of 2 bases with a Forge expand. But you, instead of Forge expanding, you expand with a gateway into Stargate. And the reason why this works so well, that the instinctive reaction of most Zergs when they see a Stargate opening is just drone like crazy, because you will need drones for smoke rollers, you will lose drones to Phoenixes, so why not drone, right? And then you get a Hydra den very quickly, and you think, hey, now I have a bunch of Hydras and you can't touch me. Well, guess what? Colossi will be coming out and I will be able to kill you. So yeah, making your opponent over-drone and force him into a composition that is favorable towards you. Again, the fake third base by Patience.
Yeah, I think Tefel knows something's up there, because this is very late to be taking a third base, and he's also going to have seen this kind of higher amount of units. He's actually going to start attacking the frontier. Now the Colossi isn't ready, and extended thermal lance is even further away, and this is going to be a lot of damage he's going to start doing here. Even with the Colossi, this gateway is going to go down, pylons are going to go down, and Patience starting to take a lot. Oh my god, the Colossi is being stopped by the pylon dying.
Oh my goodness! And this could actually lose the game to Patience. He's warping in a lot of Slokers right now, but I don't think he's got enough force fields to beat those Hydras with the force that he has right now. The pylons are... Oh, but you know what? These Phoenixes will change the calculus of this battle tremendously. He can actually engage with the Gateway army he's got and the Phoenixes. Start lifting off the Hydras.
Tefel moves in, but there's the Colossus! And he will turn away from that. Wow. But you know what? Even just doing this has delayed the push by so much, if Patience wants to push, because now that was like, what, 30 seconds or so that Colossi didn't come out for? That's 30 seconds extra that Tefel has mining, that Tefel has making units, and as long as he doesn't throw this army away, which he has to be careful of...
Oh, the force fields are good here for Patience. He zones out most of the Hydralisks and has to back away. No, Patience still active with these Phoenixes, still trying to kill as many drones as possible. Look at the amount of drones killed for Patience against Tefel. 23 and rising, and it's not out of the question that Tefel might lose another queen at the third base. Meanwhile, he is still pushing forward with the Hydralisks. Still enough force fields available. Good concave for Tefel, but once again I ask you, how are you supposed to kill this army when you can't reach it?
Yeah, the thing is though, the force fields are running out, all the sentries are now dead, and that's absolutely huge for upcoming fights. However, wow, Tefel actually GG's. You know why though? Because the Phoenix completely gutted his third base.
Yeah,
Like, he had
exactly.
no drones left, so... Wow, 2-0. And I thought Tefel was doing good there, but